President.
Travel for the bend in the road, the rush in the head.
Joe sir. Ma'am, please come. Baby sir. I invite the chairman, Mr. Riaz Ahmed, to kindly preside over the function.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me welcome all of you to this first session of the seminar. Subject today is the way forward for Kerala tourism. As you are all aware, today is the World Tourism Day, and let's celebrate the power of tourism in fostering peace through global connections, cultural exchange, and harmony. As one of the largest economic sectors, tourism supports livelihoods and drives development. By promoting responsible eco-friendly practices, we can unite communities, strengthen economies, and inspire peace. Wishing you a peaceful and meaningful 46th World Tourism Day. With these words, I have great pleasure to commence the seminar session today on the subject the way forward for Kerala tourism. It's a recognized fact that tourism is the best bet for Kerala, a vehicle for development, a homegrown phenomena, non-polluting and employment-generating industry. Given conditions in our state, IT and tourism are two sectors offer least pollution and maximum employment generation. Tourism has the added advantage of benefiting both the highest and the weakest strata of society. In the highly political and media-driven environment in which we are living, any commercial activity needs to be well conceived, presented, and executed. The positive aspects of tourism needs to be presented in the media so as to develop and maintain our state as a tourism-friendly one. Kerala is endowed with abundant natural beauty and moderate weather, leading it to be termed as God's own country. High ranges, beaches, backwaters, lakes are all situated within 3 to 5 hours from each other. Our culinary dishes provide great variety and taste. We possess a rich cultural heritage. Kalaripayattu, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam are all part of this heritage. Ayurveda, the science of life, has its origin in Kerala. Many European and other Arab expeditions from time immemorial have landed on the shores of Kerala and for the array of spices produced here. Apart from hotels and resorts, Kerala offers the option of homestays, houseboats, and serviced apartments. Innovative tourism products like houseboats and tree houses have evinced great interest among the visitors. Tourism in Kerala is largely developed by homegrown entrepreneurs with marketing support from the Department of Tourism. The public-private partnership in Kerala has been quite successful and serves as a model to other states. Joint promotion and participation in fairs and roadshows started decades back and is in vogue to this day. Kerala Travel Mart, held once in 2 years, is entering the 12th edition in September 2024. Though considerable effort has been made in building tourism as a product and in creating awareness about it, a lot more needs to be done in terms of support to the industry as well as in improving the infrastructure and facilities. The archaic land laws related to land holding, unused paddy lands, and plantations have to be amended suitably. Moreover, the majority of entrepreneurs are novice in the field and they need guidance with regard to investment and marketing, a lack of which has led to a high percentage of failures. It is imperative that entrepreneurs do not make investments based on assumptions or hearsay and end up in disaster. A system could be put in place for imparting proper information and guidance in this matter. We all know the potential of tourism in the economic development of our state, and today our learned speakers here, Mr. Baby Matthew, Chairman and MD, Somathiram Ayurveda Group, Mr. Joel John, CEO of Rainmaker Signature Experiences, and Mrs. Rika Jean Francois, Founder Mission Responsible Tourism Strategies, will be the speakers today. They'll take about 15 minutes each. And the moderator today is Mr. Jose Dominic, a doyen in the tourism industry in Kerala and founder of CG at Earth Experience. Our president of KTM, Mr. Jose Pradeep, is also here, and it is under his dynamic leadership that the KTM today is being held here. I would also like to welcome Nirmala Lilly, who is a co-chairman of the seminar committee. I welcome all these dignitaries here, as well as all of you who are present here, who have gathered here to make this meeting a success. I hand over the proceedings to Mr. Jose Dominic, and the speakers will be introduced by Mrs. Nirmala Lilly. Thank you all, and welcome you once again.
Thank you, Chairman, for setting the tone, and nice to see all of you. Once again, good afternoon and hearty welcome to our first session. My task is to introduce the speakers, and the first speaker is going to be our immediate past president, Mr. Baby Matthew. Mr. Baby Matthew, a postgraduate in business administration who has proved his skill in many capacities, has been forefront of promoting Ayurveda and tourism. Somathiram Ayurveda Village was founded in the year 1985, making it the world's first ever Ayurveda hospital in the resort ambience. Soon, the Somathiram Ayurveda group of companies came into being with Mr. Matthew as its chairman and managing director of group since the establishment. Somathiram Ayurveda Group has been awarded many times as India's best Ayurveda resort by the Indian government, including Hall of Fame honor, and grabbed the Kerala State Best Ayurveda Resort by the Kerala government. Mr. Baby Matthew served as the president of Kerala Travel Mart Society for 3 terms. Now he is the managing committee member of KTM as immediate past president. Also, he is an active member in film and media, playing a tremendous role to uplift the society. With this, I request Mr. Baby Matthew for your presentation, please.
So now we begin the session. The title, The Way Forward. My name is Jose Dominic, and I'm happy to be with the panelists over here who are doyen of the tourism industry. And we have on the right of me another Jose, Pradeep that is. He's the current president of KTM. Left of me, president of KTM. Rika Francois, how do I spell it? Who has been in KTM, I think from the beginning of KTM. Of course, Baby Matthew, known. The last phase I am not so familiar with, which is George John. Okay. The topic is the way forward. To understand way forward, let us begin with where were we, where are we, and where are we going? Where were we? I go back to year 2000. I go back to year, shall I speak on that, man? I go back to the year 2000 when KTM was conceived and came about. Today, we are now year 2024. Many things have happened, and principally what has happened is tourism has now become a matter of not just pride, but survival, but something so essential for the state. I recall in those times when in a state like Kerala, which has a, let's say in a political sense, left, tourism is considered to be luxury, capitalist and bourgeois. Today, from that time onwards, what has happened is tourism has been able to provide the most number of jobs, the greatest addition to the GDP of the state, almost in par with the farm sector. So in a lighter vein, in the alliances that we have in political alliance, the most powerful party in government usually holds the tourism portfolio is handed over to the weakest. Today that has changed. It is held by the strongest. And we've seen the event yesterday, the number of people who are attending. This hall today also is filled with people. So tourism in the past, what we are for the future, the way forward. Kerala has shown a particular way forward, and that I think is what we need to comment on or to take note of. We have, when tourism began in a way in India, let us say, call it the Golden Triangle, when Bombay, Delhi, Agra was the magic formula. Kerala happened much later, and when it happened, we were a young new starter, created a new model, a different model. While that was the Golden Triangle, that was Forts, Maharajas and the Indian rope trick, here it was young modern India, which showed that every day can be magic and that ordinary can also be extraordinary. With that background, we see that the power of enterprise that came about. How did tourism happen in Kerala? The red, I say that red kept Kerala green. And that's not meant to be a backhanded slap, but that's the biggest favor the red has done to Kerala. Kept Kerala green by not allowing or not discouraging polluting manufacturing industries to come to Kerala. As a result, small entrepreneurs discovered the enterprise of Kerala, discovered, when I say the enterprise of Kerala, with their own capital, with their own know-how. So, in Malayalam, the word is, the Kerala's asset was its tanima, what it would inherently possesses. So with its own know-how, with its own capital, a new product emerged. That's a Kerala model of tourism. And that we see is now, as a result of that, the model that showed resulted in another partnership among entrepreneurs and with the state, and that resulted in Kerala Travel Mart, which as a starter, today it has now emerged as India's largest travel marketing event. So the power of small, the power of local, the power of doing it yourself is evident in the Kerala product. Now going the way forward, this far we are a great history, we are a great current. Going forward, where are we going? All over the world we hear the word over tourism. We say the roads are congested. Are we doing more and should we do? Are we doing more and more of the same? What is there to excite the new millennium? What is there to excite the next generation? And that, I think, is a big challenge that we have forward. How can we keep the land and the destination as exciting as it was? And most importantly, as I like the definition of luxury. Luxury is when, for an evolved traveler, is when the consumer's interest does not overwhelm the interest or the interest of the planet or the community. In other words, in a manner of speaking, pardon me if there are management students here to challenge that the customer is not king. King instead is the environment, the land on which we are born, we inherit. King instead is the community. Look after them, and then you have a destination which is ageless, which cannot get corroded and polluted. That is a magic that I think Kerala, the model that Kerala offered, and that I think is what world and modern India and modern Kerala needs. The way forward, I think, is that direction. Today we have such an energy of people coming together, working together, and to create in that model a new excitement, bringing people from here. In the first KTM in year 2000, I recall the secretary then, the director then was Dr. Venu, who we saw yesterday, and the secretary then was Amitabh Khan. And in that event, the first time in the country, we had buyers from what they said from A to Z, from Argentina to Zanzibar, on all the countries in between. Never before has that happened in India. And never before even in Kerala was that the state partnership with entrepreneur, the state for the first time branded Kerala as God's own country. And that resulted in both on the supply side and the demand side getting the right kind of customers here. Today I think way forward is we've just come past and began a major calamity. We passed 3 ages. One age I call BC, before COVID. Next age I would call DC, during COVID. Now we are in a very exciting time, PC, post-COVID. And that's a new normal, and that gives us the opportunity to redefine the destination, to go forward in our own magical way, to share in that vision, to share in that excitement. We have panelists, and the first of whom will be, who is the first? The first panelist we have here is none other than Mr. Baby Matthew, who has a pioneering role to bring wellness and medical tourism to Kerala. It was Baby Matthew and his brother who, way back, before all this began, discovered that we have a magic, we have a wellness, or we have our own medical system called Ayurveda, and he has offered that to the world. And now I invite Baby Matthew to speak, to talk about his vision for the way forward in his domain. Thank you.
എനിക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റില്ലല്ലോ, അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ അവിടെ നോക്കട്ടെ. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Chairman, President, panelists, and dear friends and delegates. Today, the subject Kerala tourism, the way forward. Of course, George Olympics are almost started and mentioned little history about Kerala tourism, when it started, what is going on, what is the future. The tourism industry in Kerala, believes in the objective of sustainability in tourism business, benefiting local community economically and socially, preserving and enhancing heritage and protecting environment. Dear friends, any tourism anywhere in the world, whether it is Kerala or in India, any country, that should be sustainable. About Kerala, tourism is nature. So it is very important when we talk about Kerala tourism, nature and environment is most important. Of course, local culture and tradition. This is also, we can see in other countries also, if you go, certain countries, we are going to experience the tradition or their culture, their cuisine. In Kerala, socio-economical development is also very important. A state like Kerala, very sensitive state like Kerala, very politically sensitive state like Kerala, socio-economic development is a part of Kerala tourism. Without that, it is very difficult to grow tourism in Kerala. When we talk about sustainable tourism or sustainability of tourism, we have to think about the present scenario of Kerala tourism. Where we stand now, globally and nationally. We all know today we are witnessing Kerala Travel Mart. Now the biggest travel mart of India. Nowadays we started talking, this is the biggest travel mart of Asia. So Kerala tourism has grown because of the planned programs, ideas, thinkings, and implementation. We can see Mr. Jose Dominic on the stage, Mr. Najib is sitting there, and Dr. Venu was there yesterday. He was there today in our venue. These are all some people from the government and from the public started aggressive promotion of Kerala. Of course, tourism was there in Kerala. It started in Kovalam by our great Maharaja. But the rapid growth that started as a public-private partnership. And KTM is one of the reasons behind that. So now we are in a comfortable zone. I can say, Kerala is now in a comfortable zone. But how many people in the world know Kerala? People in Kerala, we think, or many of us think, oh, Kerala tourism is very popular everywhere, all over the world. Of course, in India, it is number 1 or number 2 or number 3. I know my other nearby state friends are here. So I am not claiming we are number 1 always. But we are a model. For the whole India, Kerala is a model. Even our KTM, many other states are repeating, or they have started similar march after KTM started. So we can say Kerala is number 1 in India. But globally, where we are not in a major part of tourism activities globally. So there, still Kerala tourism and the whole tourism fraternity has to work hard to get round the year business. An entrepreneur, you are all, most of your business people, you are all investing money to sustain our business economically. We need round the year business. Unfortunately, in Kerala we have different climate. unfortunately or fortunately, I can say even it's fortunately. I'm sorry I said unfortunately. We have good rain, good climate, good temperature. But different type of tourisms depends upon the climate. We cannot do all tourism activities around the year. There we have to find out different products. We have to think about, I'll come to that point, some of our products, Kerala destinations and products, I'll come to that point. So around the business is one of the way forward for getting Kerala tourism go further and to make it economically sustainable. Dear friends, this phenomenon keep the present quality of the tourism destinations and tourism products. In many countries or many states or even Kerala, different certain destinations of Kerala, I don't want to name certain destinations, but there are certain destinations. It was running very well, but after some time, the destination is going down in many sense. The arrival of tourists, quality of the destination, activities of the destination. So it is very important. Kerala tourism or tourism fraternity has to keep the quality of that destination or any products. I don't have much time to go to different products. Riaz sir gave me only 15 minutes. He gave me 20 minutes. I told I finished 15 minutes. So it is very important, keep the quality of the destinations and the product. There are some destinations, but I don't want to name that. The quality has gone down and tourism arrival has gone down. And it is very important, upgrade or improve the quality. Here actually, usually what is happening is, once the tourists started coming to a place, to a destination, and when more tourists are coming, everybody think, when the government or the institutions or NGOs or when the entrepreneurs thinks, oh, we are getting a lot of business, or we don't have to do much on this. So this problem is existing in certain areas still. So we should be very careful for getting a better future tourism in Kerala. I just want to touch some of these areas of tourism activities in Kerala. You all know these tourism activities happening in Kerala, but I just want to touch because certain among them few activities are very important. Of course, we have beach tourism, we have backwater, lakes and river tourism, we have health tourism, including Ayurveda and yoga, we have farm tourism, we have village tourism, we have hill station tourism, we have adventure tourism, we have MICE, wedding, spiritual and cinema shooting. Kerala is very beautiful. If our government is giving subsidy to cinema shooting, all over India, already other states, people are coming for shooting in Kerala. People will come from other countries also. So dear friends, here, after Goa, I can say, Kerala has got beautiful beaches. So I have a request, Joe sir, even our fraternity has to do something for keeping our beaches or reviving our beaches. We have very good beach in Kovalam. We have very good beach in Madari. You go to Kannur. In between there are many beaches. So this is, people like beaches. If you study the travel, most of the tourists are traveling to beach destinations. So this is one area we have to think to revive the beach tourism. Then backwater, lakes and rivers. Unfortunately, I don't know how much we are taking care to keep the backwater or the water clean. Of course, we are all very vigilant. We are all talking in all our seminars. But anyway, our government is taking very good step along with the tourism industry to clean our beaches. Our lakes are clean actually, not to pollute much. Or certain lakes, we have to make it more clean. Then other tourism areas, among them, there's medical health tourism. Okay, anyway, it is not there. Health tourism is another area. We have to, Kerala can concentrate. Kerala can become a health tourism hub or a wellness tourism hub. This responsible tourism mission, this is a movement of Kerala government. There is a subject, I think Rika is talking about responsible tourism, but why I mentioned this is, I want to correlate this with the other tourism activities of Kerala. Wherever there is tourism, any kind of tourism in Kerala, responsible tourism is very important. Without giving opportunities to the local people, especially in a state of Kerala, thickly populated, educated, and socially sensitive. In our state, we have to give, we are giving that. I think we had last year, there was a international conference of responsible tourism in Kumaragam, and now I think Kerala is number one. We are leading, we are leaders on responsible tourism. Basically, to give opportunity to the local people, when the entrepreneur or a business, resort or hotel, they are getting benefit through the tourism, the local people also should benefit out of that. Then only that tourism will sustain. So our government is very much into this. Responsible tourism mission is there. We started this responsible tourism mission 2 years before. So what I want to say is, we are all part of that. There are many seminars happening on that. Definitely, we should give much importance for responsible tourism always. Okay. I have only 2 more minutes. Promotion of local arts and culture, cuisine, clean Kerala movement, waste management and pollution. Dear friends, we have a clean Kerala movement also. And to waste management and pollution, there are different kinds of pollution. There also we are very sensitive, but there are certain pollution like sound pollution. We have a strict law on that, but it is very difficult to implement, not only in Kerala, in India. But our government, recently we had a meeting with the tourism department. They are going to take it very seriously. Dear friends, potential medical and wellness tourism hub. So this is the point I want to discuss finally within 2 minutes. The future of Kerala. Definitely it can become a wellness hub or a medical tourism hub. We have Ayurveda, we have yoga and meditation, naturopathy, allopathic treatments, dental cosmetic treatments. Among them, Ayurveda, yoga and meditation. In Kerala, we have a lot of Ayurveda hospitals, lot of Ayurveda doctors. Our Ayurveda doctors are going around the world. Many countries started Ayurveda small centers or big centers with Kerala doctors. So we have Ayurveda hospitals, Ayurveda colleges, lot of doctors, therapists, lot of medicine. So this advantage is there. And the climate. Even already Kerala is the hub of Ayurveda. So the future for becoming Kerala, the potential medical wellness hub in other areas also, allopathic treatment, then the naturopathy, yoga, it is there. These are some of the reasons. Medical tourism, these are the influencing factors of that. Among them, one is cost, technology, experienced professionals, quality and comfort, service and hospitality, combination of holidays, nature and environment. Among them, cost is very important. So if you compare, this is one chart just for comparison. You see all these treatments, the lowest cost is in India. So yesterday, our tourism minister was also speaking in the inauguration. We should make Kerala wellness hub or medical tourism hub. Dear friends, I'm concluding. Whatever we do, visibility of Kerala tourism round the year globally to get round the year business is the way forward. That is visibility. This word visibility, if I start speaking, it may take more than 1 hour. To give visibility everywhere, in Kerala, in other states of India, around the world, we don't think Kerala is known everywhere. So giving this visibility is a very big task. In that actually, Kerala is number one in India. That is what we are doing now, this KTM. We people are going out of the world, attending many travel matches in different countries. Still I think we have to, Kerala tourism has to spend more money, more time, more energy to give the visibility round the year globally. Thank you very much.
Thank you, baby. We will come back to those points that you raised in our discussion. The next speaker we will have, before we go to Rika, I will ask all upon Joel John, the CEO and co-founder Rainmaker Signature Experiences. Joel, he has to give me 15 minutes, I give you 10 minutes. And to be so we will discuss that.
Good evening to all of the distinguished guests on stage, all of the panelists, and all you lovely ladies and gentlemen. I am Joel John. Am I audible? CEO, co-founder of Rainmaker Weddings. We started in 2011, and let me quickly show you a rundown of some of the things that we've been able to manage to do in the beautiful state of Kerala, at least post-COVID. So we have a video that is going to be played here. Sorry that the panelists weren't able to see all of that. Moving on. The wedding industry is what I would like to focus on because I'm a wedding planner. MICE is not within our scope right now. The wedding industry of India is evaluated at almost $130 billion as per a recent report from Jefferies. And India holds almost 45,000 crore of that valuation. These are some of the biggest weddings on the right side that you'll see there that had happened before the recent Ambani wedding. Any guesses on how big the Ambani wedding ticket was from the audience? How much? It was roughly 5,100 crores. It was separated around 4 events: the pre-wedding festivities, the Mediterranean cruise, the Sangeet, and the final wedding. And you had Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Backstreet Boys, celebrities like Shah Rukh Khan, international celebrities, business magnates, political leaders, everybody coming down. And this is the power of weddings because they celebrate, all of us celebrate weddings. That's the current spending. Bracketed jewelry and gold takes the highest amount of bracket, almost 60,000 crores. Apparel takes 10,000 crores. Hotels and rooms are at number 4 at 5,000 crores. And decor comes way, way below. So as a planner, there's still, or as a tourism industry, there's still so much more that we need to do to capture the captive audience of India and bring them to Kerala. What is it that anybody across the country or outside of the country looks at when they want to do a destination wedding or a regional event in India? They identify the country, they look at the weather conditions, tourism support, whether the policies are friendly, visa support, whether we get visas on arrivals, customs guidelines, can we declare gold and other goods beforehand, because obviously you're carrying a lot of these into whichever country you're hosting the wedding in. The liquor policies, fantastic hotels and venues. We've got 45 plus 5-star hotels and other classified resorts in our state, but honestly, only 13 to 14 of those hotels and resorts are wedding friendly currently. Only 23 to 24 of them are MICE friendly currently. There is a big gap from the Jodhpur, Udaipur, Jaipur and the Goa versus Kerala. Why are we not bridging the gap? Let's look at some of the other things that happen here. Rooming and banqueting. This is how we have divided the wedding segment. You've got big fat destination weddings, which is a pocket size of 400 people who spend 3 nights, which is roughly 200 rooms, and they will have between 5 to 6 events. So we've calculated roomings, food and catering, alcohol, beverages, and others. Others would involve miscellaneous, laundry, spa, and all of the other spendings. There's close to 2.5 to 3 CR this pocket size will spend on each wedding. The next sector is the big intimate destination wedding, where the number of people are less. You're looking at 150 odd people, but even they will spend 90 lakhs over a span of 2 to 3 days. The third pocket is thin fat destination weddings. Their spending propensity is less. They may not go for the luxury rooms or luxury curated caterings, but they will definitely do with rooms within 5,000 to 10,000 rupee budgets. They spend around 1 crore for a 2 or a 3 day wedding. And the last one, which is the volume-based wedding segment that we've not at all tapped, is the small intimate destination wedding. The figures there are wrong. It's roughly 36 lakhs. Please don't go by the pie there. But these wedding guests will be roughly 100. And there are so many of these weddings that are happening across the country. These are the 4 big key pockets that we would ideally like to bring to our humble state of Kerala. Moving on. The next segment will be giant fat regional weddings. These are weddings or socials hosted by people who are NRIs or other business enterprises within these hotels. They spend a lot. Then you've got big fat regional weddings, which are 800 pax capacities. Thin fat regional weddings, spending propensity is less. And the small intimate regional weddings, which is 200 people, even they spend roughly 3.6 lakhs on food and catering. Rooms are not accounted into this pie. This is only banqueting. This is an event that was a big fat destination wedding, but I would like to show the next one. This is a small not a small, a big intimate wedding. The size of the crowd was less, 100 guests only, but it was a 3-day event hosted in Kumarakam. Can I have the video, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our future. Our future. Our future. Our future. Y'all please hold the applause to the end of the ceremony. Come on. That's it. Are you ready? Future hit. Future.
Moving on, we've got event budgets. So initially we looked at banqueting and roomings. This is the next big checklist that happens when any client, any other person within the country or outside the country thinks of doing a destination wedding in Kerala. So we've broadly classified them into event decor, event technicals, entertainment design, hampers gifting, makeup and styling, photo video, logistics, flights, jewelry and trousseau. So those are the approximate spendings for these different pockets there. Now we go into strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threat for Kerala. So Kerala has some of our biggest strengths. We've got 4 amazing international airports connecting to key global cities. We've got rich biodiversity, scenic beaches, backwaters, hills, heritage sites. We've got beachfront resorts, luxury hotels, palaces and eco-friendly destinations. And we've got high quality resorts and event spaces. Our weaknesses, we do not have enough excitement like places like Rajasthan, Goa or other countries like Sri Lanka, Thailand, UAE. The industry does not collaborate enough for large scale weddings and events. We don't come together. The difficulty in catering to large scale vegetarian food preferences, weather unpredictability for 5 to 6 months of the year, and most importantly, lack of aggressive and attractive state policies and underdeveloped event infrastructure. Opportunities. International destinations are becoming more and more expensive due to rising costs. Kerala provides a diverse array of options in terms of our biodiversity. Kerala government and private players are already focusing on making the state event friendly. Threats. Other countries like Sri Lanka have already made it visa on arrival. Thailand and UAE are already event friendly. The next 5 to 6 seasons, the amount of weddings that are already going to Sri Lanka, Goa, Thailand, UAE is ginormous. It's not a small amount. That is an opportunity that we've already lost this year. We've got to start developing policies and understanding how we can bring all of these to our state. And favorable policies and from the state, which is again subsidies, rebates, favorable alcohol policies where we don't close at 11 p.m., etc. These are AI generated images, but we've largely been focusing on beach weddings, on backwater weddings, on heritage weddings. We've got to move forward. You need to bring in paddy field weddings. You need to bring in adventure weddings. You need to bring in houseboat weddings. Weddings where 30 caravans can go to Wagaman and you do a wedding sit out or a dine out there. So when we change the thinking, when we change the narrative, when all the ecosystem stakeholders come together, that is when we can bring a very big pie of the wedding industry to our state Sorry. And I would like to thank Raju sir, Raju Kannambara, who is also the founder of EMAC, who's been mentoring, guiding, and leading these initiatives under the lead all of us. And he's been fostering us through EMAC to bring a lot of these things to the forefront. And hopefully, we will all together be able to bring the change the tourism industry needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. Now we've seen maybe Matthew, who was in medical travel, medical tourism, and now Joel, who talks about a subject on weddings, the big fat wedding. And now we have another perspective from another speaker, a view from far, a view from. So we have Rika Jean Francois, who holds a master's degree in anthropology, Iranian studies, and sustainable development. She's engaged in social issues, so we'd like to hear her perspective of Kerala, and I think I most value her perspective because the long sense of time she has been here, from year after year, from the times in which Kerala was dreaming of tourism, from the time when Kerala was venturing in experimenting tourism, from the time when Kerala is now looking forward to a new era in tourism. So John, over to you. 10 minutes.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for having me here on World Tourism Day. It's really an honor to be with you dignitaries. And I'm always happy to be back in Kerala. This must be said, because I really believe that Kerala is one of the states who are a role model for sustainable tourism, and I'm always impressed on new developments. And I could also see the developments which have been made with the metro, with the e-rishkas, with women driving these rishkas, and also the boats, working with solar energy. These are all, and also resilience, a project of resilience Cochin. All these are things which cannot be underestimated, and I want to thank you all for being part of it. Yeah, so I want to introduce you today to a subject which is maybe totally different from what you have been normally discussing. It's about getting engaged in diversity, equity, and inclusion, a concept which is part of responsible tourism and which has been, is broadly discussed all over the world right now. I want to make clear from the very beginning that it's not about a cultural intervention. I still believe, and as you said, the cultural respect, the travelers should also have cultural respect when they visit a destination. This is not the subject. I just want to maybe open your minds for a new approach where diversity can also be embraced while still respecting the cultural history of a country. So, first of all, what does DEI stand for? It's about diversity, equity, inclusion, and it's a concept that includes all the people who are, for me, unacceptable reasons, excluded. So diversity is the presence and participation of individuals with varying backgrounds and perspectives, and including those who have been traditionally underrepresented. And I'm sure when you think, you will have a lot of ideas, who could that be? So equity, equal access to opportunities, and fair, just, and impartial treatment, and inclusion, a sense of belonging in an environment where all feel welcomed, accepted, and respected. And this is in the heart of any responsible thinking, I think. So, well, equity differs from equality in an important way. While equity assumes that all people should be treated the same, equality takes into consideration a person's unique circumstances. So this is a little difference. So why? the question is, why should a state like Kerala embrace DI? Why is it relevant? First of all, as I already mentioned, it is really discussed internationally right now. ITB Berlin, WTM, FITUR, WTTC, GSTC, everybody will have a session on DEI. So we need to know what it is all about. So engagement has become a must in one or the other way in the travel industry, but also in the general corporate world. It is not always embraced. I'm not saying that in the corporate world everybody says, oh yeah, we want to be diverse, we want to embrace this subject. There is some conservatism trying to block it, but especially tourism, which is a progressive industry, is quite open to the concept. And this is very important, the new generation, that and the upcoming new generation of customers and travelers expect a different and more open approach. They won't travel to a destination where they know that people are not open to diversity, equity, and inclusion, because there are a lot of allies also. It's not only the people who are discriminated against, but it's also their friends and allies. And the young generation, they travel together. Things have changed also in this area. So, and I see also here in India, really, that there are a lot of private industry, hoteliers, carriers, and cultural institutions who have a real strong interest in opening up to the concept. So I think it should be also governmentally embraced, because the DEI engagement to let people know that you are open can bring a new inflow of affluent travelers, because especially also if we talk about the LGBT community, it's a real strong affluent traveler group, and I'm sure the weddings you were talking about, once it would be legalized by the Supreme Court, or also if it's only for a feast, not a real wedding in that case, I'm sure that the gay community, they love this kind of wedding you have been showing us, and they are very affluent customers, as I said. So for a company to get engaged in DI also raises the competitive capability, and also for a destination. And it's also a thing which can strengthen your workforce internally, because if you have a diverse workforce, things change. And first of all, and I have some slides, I keep saying the same, that being responsible means being actively committed to society as a whole, and to foster tourism developments which give like dignity, security, and justice for all the participants. So social as well as ecological responsibility needs to be embedded in all tourism activities. I think this is something here in Kerala everybody knows very well. So there is no true sustainability without diversity and equity inclusion embedded in it, and justice. And nowadays what everybody says, it's that it's not anymore a nice to have, but it's true sustainability, which balances the triple bottom line of people, planet, and profit. So, and it's part of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is legally binding basis for corporate policy. And the international human rights laws lay down obligation which businesses and destinations are bound to respect. So we need to integrate them also in our supply chain, because, and this is also interesting for your business, I think, there are new regulations, for instance, from the European Union. Companies must ensure compliance with human rights among their entire supply chain. There's this new, maybe you've heard about it, Supply Chain Act. And this includes the obligation to annually report on their social engagement performance. So this supplier code of conduct, I mean, all the companies, when you work with the German source market, for instance, or other European source markets, contain this internationally accepted principle on ethical conduct, health and safety, and also the social aspects. So tourism players need to check and map the due diligence of human rights in their supply chains in the destinations you work with. So because the companies you work with, they will have to report on the performance of their partners here in Kerala. So, yes, I'm just one slide. Human Rights, the Roundtable for Human Rights in Tourism is an initiative which really helps to foster human rights because we need synergies. It's a multi-stakeholder approach. So if you're interested, you can check that out. And yeah, it's also part of the UN Sustainability Goals because we all talk about the SDGs. The societal dimensions should not be neglected for the environmental dimensions. GSCC, you know, I was on the board for many years for Global Standards for Sustainability in Travel and Tourism. They have also added now missing principles. And yeah, it's the UN has also this policy of leave no one behind. So the focus is on overcoming discrimination and inequalities. That means equal access to public transport, public spaces, but also equal access to work, housing, etc., for marginalized communities. And it's also a move towards gender equality. And I think we all still have to work a lot on gender equality in tourism if it comes to the management. So, DI engagement for human rights, for diversity, equity, inclusion. It is, there are so many unconscious bias, there are so many, or even structural racism or homophobia or whatever, which we carry within us, all of us, but which have to be addressed somehow. People are discriminated against because of gender, because they're women, because of age, because of or ethnic background, because of the color of your skin, your sexual orientation, your religious beliefs, your physical ability or neurodiversity, which people sometimes don't see, medical condition, your appearance, and the social status. And this is against human rights. So the goal of DI policies is nothing else but to create a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive space for travelers, but also in your back office, for your staff and your partners. And in Europe, where we have a really problem to find workforce, it's a competitive thing. If you embrace the AI, candidates will seek you out. They won't go to the conservators' company. So can responsible tourism products be truly sustained when designed by a homogeneous group of people? Can they effectively respond to all matters and concerns of diverse community members, especially of those of marginalized groups? If you want to cater to the black traveler from the US, for instance, you cannot have white people, white images. And if you also want to attract people, queer people, you have to show couples. You don't need to show them kissing, just show them that they're there together, having fun, traveling around. If you want to be accessible, you need to show people also in wheelchairs or blind people. I really liked yesterday when the singer who was blind, I really appreciated that. So, so diversity of gender, race, nationality, creed, sexual orientation, gender identity, etc., is a company's workforce, enables it to better represent what the customer base looks like, because your customer base is diverse. So, so tourism must need, as I just said, these needs of the customer groups and do all the promotional material according to that. So, and there have been like statistics that companies which implement DI into policies and hiring practices to create a more living culture where all employees are welcomed and encouraged to thrive, not to hide. These companies respond better, according to research, to challenges. Any challenges? They are more effective in problem solving, enhance business innovation, increase productivity, and raise the competitive capability, build better reputation and positive brand image, increase customer loyalty, and you get top talent recruitment. And there is a lower employee turnover because people feel they can be who they are. And you would not be brandmarked as ignorant, that's also a point. And in the long term, it increases profitability and reduces costs. So, well, I think I don't have too much time, but if you want to know more about it, we can talk about it later. The top management, this is key, has to be championing the efforts. If there's no commitment from the management, things won't work. And you need, of course, as in every business strategy, your mission, guiding framework. You need fairness and equity principles. You need to guarantee accountability. You have to do something to mitigate implicit bias and outline non-discrimination and anti-harassment policies so that people know where to go, whom to address. That's very important. And this has to be done. It doesn't make sense if you say we do it, and then somebody, a woman, for instance, is getting sexually harassed, experiencing it. So she needs that something will be done. Somebody will support her. The management is behind it. This is very important. So, and yes, trainings for everybody, for all. And you should also check existing best practices because there are a lot of people who are already doing the right thing. So some people say, why don't you just work on a training for diversity, equity, inclusion for everybody? People who need medical help, people who are black or people of color or so. Why don't you work with everybody? Gender equality. But you know, there are special vulnerabilities in each of the marginalized groups. And so you need to address authentically each of the marginalized groups. So in this case, with Queer Destinations, that's a company I'm also representing now as head of international relations, is like a company which was founded by activists, people who suffered from being discriminated against. And they want to be the bridge that connects the private travel industry, destinations, governments, or institutions, as well as people and collectives with the LGBT community in that case. And how is this facilitated? It's facilitated by providing strategic advice, of course, and the most comprehensive, sensitizing awareness and training program for 100% of the staff. Because if you don't train 100% of the staff, the gardener or the car driver might be not positive if they see like a gay couple. And it doesn't mean displaying affection when you travel. That's private. This needs to be respected. But at least to treat everybody like everybody else with the same respect. This is nobody wants anything else. No special pampering. But to do that and to know the do's and don'ts, you need to train 100% of your staff and not only the guy on the front desk. So, and when you are trained, that's what Queer Destination does. There is a distinction, like a standard of excellence, internationally recognized, which you can put on your website or in the entrance of your hotel, and people who arrive will feel safe and respected. That's all. So I know I have to finish. So, yeah, coming back to Kerala, I think tourism is a major contributor, we know, to Kerala's economy. And the tourism industry, we have all seen that, can be a vehicle for positive change, build bridges, and play a unique role in advancing human rights as well. And I just went to see one of the old synagogues here in Cochin. And there was a sign saying, a blessing called religious diversity. Kerala society has looked upon religious diversity as a wealth and never as a problem. And this is very moving. And I think, so why not embracing diversity as a general concept, not only religious, but any human being. So thank you, Nandi. And let's stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Rika. Then we have about 10 minutes for a discussion. No, we have. So let me go back to the mic. To fulfill my role as moderator, we have seen such a diversity of ideas coming forward from beginning with Baby Matthew, then from Joel, and then Rika. Kerala, where does it stand? To my mind, when I heard Rika speaking, if at all any destination, that's a very tall order, very ambitious requirement of equality, diversity, and inclusivity. To be anywhere close to that, to my mind, I thought that if at all any destination is closer than others, perhaps Kerala has just claimed to be there. With those thoughts, and we have an audience here who is expecting, and we have got about 15 minutes, we can have a discussion and on the subjects that have been raised here, on the way forward, on subjects that have been raised here about sustainability, inclusivity, and diversity, all opposite to each other, yet how do they fit together in this time that we are in, when we've gone past many calamities. I think we've had many calamities. The last one, a global calamity, the COVID calamity, and a new normal. And then, of course, Mr. Joel talked about a new subject. My friends in Rajasthan tell me, we don't want tourists, we just want weddings. That's the kind of money that flows in. That's the kind of engagement to craftsmen, to musicians, to preparers of wedding venues, that opens up. And of course, Baby Matthews talk about how Kerala has a very, very special position in the world of wellness and health and Ayurveda. And how does it all fit together? And the way forward, are we on the right track? Did we do the right things in the past? What shall we do in the forward? Events like KTM, events like the seminars like here are opportunities for expressions of ideas. It might, I think people like from the media will carry it. We will all take this view with us, and we will now examine it year to year. From year 2000, and every 2 years we've been having these kind of discussions. Is it the same? The new generation is what Rika was talking about. The new generation of traveler, new generation of expectations, the new generation of the expectancy of the state, of the people. What can tourism deliver? Is it as an industry, in terms of economy, in terms of preserving our environment, in terms of recognizing social and cultural issues? These are the subjects that have been raised today. If I see a hand raised, I'll call that person concerned. And I think I see Sandeep's hand raised. Sandeep, yes.
Thank you, Jose, for a very, very sort of rewarding introduction and amazing speakers like Rika and everyone, and maybe Matthew, sir. But I have one question. You talk of responsible tourism, and the question I have Baby Matthew mentioned a very important point about the value of beach and the beach, wonderful length of the beaches that you have in the state and it provides beach tourism. Do we have a responsible beach safety program as you have in Goa? Goa has a very, very robust, proactive, for the last 25 years, a strong beach safety like a Bay Watch service, 100 kilometers of the coastline, where many operators have told us that they've seen great value in it, in safety of lives. And now with the surge in domestic tourism and sometimes irresponsible tourism, the beach safety services play a very, very critical role. Just to give you a heads up, I'm told that over the last 15 years, nearly 7,000 lives have been saved. So that's one question, 1 point, sir. The other point to my friend, Mr. Joel John, very impressive, very dynamic, and we are in North India, so we are sort of all pan. In fact, at the moment I have a wedding request for, sadly not in Kerala, but in Italy. And there are many reasons for that, and that is something we need to discuss. But I will urge you to please keep the positioning correct and don't look for the big fat destination wedding. I don't think Kerala deserves it. Kerala is a far more pristine, beautiful, responsible, and a sustainable destination, as we've heard. So, position your wedding market also into that segment, sub-segment. Otherwise, you call it the ideal place to have boutique weddings, private weddings, intimate weddings. Because I think the destination is best in that. Just one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandeep. Will Baby Matthew talk about the beach and safety?
We have. Hello. We have very strong regulations and laws in Kerala. For example, this coastal zone management plan and rules to protect whole shores of Kerala. We have 600 kilometers of sea frontage, and there are many beaches, beautiful beaches. We have laws. We have the coastal policy is there. We have Coast Guard is there. We have lifeguards are there, and laws are there. And a state like Kerala is very particular. You cannot just make any construction anywhere, as you in certain places people are doing. It is there actually. But the problem what happened to Kerala is, that is what in my conclusion I told, visibility. See, nowadays, it's a thing that Kerala tourism has to rethink. We are not promoting our beaches. We have beautiful beaches. But the visibility of our beaches during the last few years is not much. There we are going to revive those visibility activities. I mean, the marketing, different kind of marketing activities. In short, I mean, using different medias, the social medias, participating exhibitions, different other types of, using different tools of marketing. So that we were not doing for the last 10 years, I think. That definitely, I think, this is what I want to say. We have very good potential for beach tourism in Kerala. Laws are there, but we should revive it. We should do the visibility or marketing work. That's all.
Sandeep had also raised the subject of weddings and an opinion about the kind of weddings we have. In fact, weddings is a subject which has been the biggest subject of discussion in the last few months, the biggest ever wedding. Now he has given a direction that, in his view, how Kerala should go. Perhaps Joel would answer that.
Sandeep sir, so just like other states like Goa and Rajasthan, they are front runners in the wedding industry. Kerala has the bandwidth to accommodate all the pockets that I mentioned. So there are hotels and resorts in excess of 150 rooms, and ballrooms and auditoriums and convention centers which have 20,000, 15,000 square footage of spaces. So when we have these large spaces and when we are logistically rich with these 4 airports, you can also accommodate these bigger pockets because they bring in the big weddings, and we're just 1 or 2 celebrity weddings away from putting Kerala on the global roadmap in terms of being one of the best wedding friendly destinations in the country. When those weddings will happen and how much noise we will make, and the sooner we make is the question. and we will immediately be looked upon as a favorable destination for the big ones. The boutique ones or the intimate ones or the retreat weddings or the calmer ones are anyway happening, but they are also far and few. We need to position different places according to the strengths of those destinations. Like Kumaram, Tekadi, Vagaman, Munnar can become the intimate boutique venues. Kochi, Trivandrum, Kovalam can become big fat wedding venues. So the positioning can be diverse, and this is something a lot of the collaborators and stakeholders will have to come together and push Kerala tourism towards destination weddings and MICE. Only then can that market be really be opened up. Thank you.
Just have a question, sir. To what
Give me your name, please.
My name is Rohit Hangal from Sphere Travel Media. My question is, I think so much of work is happening in Kerala with regard to number of properties that are coming up. With I think a lot of hotels here with fascinating banquet halls and great views. I think Kerala needs a convention bureau very badly, with so much of inventory that's come in, so much of banqueting space that are coming in, the improved connectivity. Kerala has always been an aspirational MICE venue. I think we need to have the industry to get together and create a convention bureau out.
Perhaps Riaz, the chairman of the seminar council, will answer this, reply to that question.
I think we have to activate it. Yeah.
So to your question, perhaps Mr. Najib will give you a pointers to that.
Thank you, Jose. What Rohit said is excellent idea, because we have large convention centers, medium convention centers, and small convention centers. And as far as weddings and conventions are happening in these places, mostly domestic from India as well as from Kerala. The importance of ICPP reactivating in Kerala is very important, very a top priority item. ICPP has started it earlier in Kerala, then it was not functioning very well. Recently also they have actually restarted that ICPP chapter in Kerala. Probably some of us have to take the leadership to reactivate that, involve everyone, so that we can actually attract a lot of weddings and conferences to Kerala according to the size and available resources and facilities which are available in many destinations. It's a good idea. Thank you very much, Dr.
Do I see any hand coming up? See, Kerala's. Oh, yeah. That's a yes. I mean, the fourth estate.
No, my question is the subject is way forward. So since even yesterday the Chief Minister, the Tourism Minister, everybody was talking about promoting MICE and weddings and all that here in Kerala. So is the way forward is copy pasting something which is alien to Kerala? Because Kerala, as you mentioned, the Kerala Tanima is something different. Kerala tourism as a product prospered around more wellness and quite a leisure-centric products. So now, is it the way forward that by way forward, are you meaning that you are also planning to copy paste something which was successful in Rajasthan or Goa in Kerala? So is it that way forward? That's my question.
Good question. And now in the context of diversity of opinions, how do you put them all together? On the one hand, you have, as you rightly said, Kerala's Tanima. What was our fundamental reason why we grew? Is that, will that sustain us in the way forward in the future? These new ideas coming forward, big fat wedding, luxury, and all those fit into a modern, diverse, evolving destination that we are. We have seen international perspective from Rika. We have seen the weddings, what it can do to destinations. All that have a place. What is the balance in that place is a big question. And I think the question you've asked, to what do we owe our success? Will those reasons see us forward? Are we diverting and putting ourselves on risk? Is inherent in your question. So we'll have a champion on events here. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I am just adding to the Tanima. See, we can always have the Tanima and the naturality kept aside. Because, see, the world is developing. So we have to develop according to the growth of the universe. See, my suggestion is that, see, the big fat wedding, okay, I'm talking about a small, it's not a small, it's a big MICE event which happened a couple of months in Cochin. See, for that event, the entire city is sold out. That means nearly 40,000 rooms have been used for a single event, and nearly 250 crores of rupees poured into the state of Kerala for a single event of 4 days. And see, even the chip holders, the spice shops, even the auto rickshaw drivers, even the boat cruise people, the taxi drivers, even the road toll booth people also gained out of that. And do you know how many flight tickets been taken for that event? It's been 9,000 doctors been flown in from different parts of the country and the universe. And see, this is the magnitude of a single MICE event. See, we cannot avoid that. Other part of the states and other states, other metro cities have been taxing all this money. Why we Keralites, why we avoid these things? So let it be a different segment and grow like that. And our Tanima can grow accordingly parallel to that also. So that's my comment. Thank you.
So taking that into, so every aspect has got its own space, is what we see. Since I just want to share with you an experience of the soft power of tourism, the soft power, not a wedding but a honeymoon. Few of us from Thai went to Japan a month ago, and we had been to Hiroshima. We had access to a special exhibits where in the archives what happened there. We came to just the soft power of tourism, and we learned that only initially a decision had been taken on the city where the bomb should be dropped. It was decided that it should be dropped on Kyoto. The Secretary of Defense of the United States, who was a big power then, said, not Kyoto. I've been on a honeymoon there. And therefore shifted to Hiroshima. Power of tourism, power of not the big fat wedding, but because of people's association with destinations. And therefore, while tourism has great economic significance, cultural significance, it has certain emotional significance, which I think is most powerful. And India, which has such huge diversity, I will use another adage here. India is not a melting pot. Like United States is, like Europe is, India is not a melting pot. It is a thali, where in that thali, each of our dishes are preserved separately. And when we consume it, it becomes whole. It's a diverse way of looking at it. We all see, and we achieve unity because of our diversity. People come here not because we are similar, because we are diverse. So, diversity as a way forward, celebrating diversity as a way forward, whether it is, we see different interests. Tanima was a very powerful element that drove Kerala. And small local entrepreneurs doing what they could, which is small, in a manner that they knew which is local. And yet making world class is, I would describe the Kerala product. And from that past to take into how does that go into the future, into a much more demanding future and much more opportunistic future. Today I think Joel put some pictures there of wedding scenes created by AI. Imagine what AI is going to do. What is it going to do? Could you have an AI nice event. Are jobs at stake when AI comes? Is tourism at stake? Is Kerala going to be that great destination which is back to the roots, back to the earth, back to the soil? Big question. Farm tourism. These are the big questions that arise. I don't say any one is right. These are all possibilities. We've reached, I see my clock, and my chairman has said 4:30. So, Riaz, with that, I've fulfilled my I'm on time and schedule. Thank you, audience, for the great event, and I hand the mic back to Mr. Riaz Ahmed, the chair of the seminar committee.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure that all of you are definitely very much interested and got a lot of insight. And I'm not going to paraphrase on whatever sir and the panel said. Everything is very candid. Everybody has got, I think, I'm very thankful to all of you that interacted with the session. That shows that all of you are glued to the session. Thank you very much. I must thank our moderator for this scintillating way in which he performed as a moderator. And I request the moderator to kindly hand over our love and affection to the panelists in the form of a memento. Surprises. I'm sure that all of you must have dropped the card. There is a lucky dip going to happen before that. And today's seminar, tomorrow also, please note there are two seminars in the morning and one is in the afternoon. One is that here moderators, I saw him now. This is application of AI in tourism industry is the first session that start at 11 a.m. And in the afternoon, there is evolution in tourism trends. The moderator is here, Mr. E.M. Najib. So please note this time and be here. And every day there is surprise gifts waiting for you. So that I'm going to do it only at the last. Those who are not here won't be able to get that gift at all. So before that, just a very pleasant task of, I would like to invite Mr. Ravi. So 1 minute, he requested me to just give him 1 minute. So therefore, I'm going to invite him. I'm sure that all of you know Mr. Ravi Shankar KV is the managing editor and publisher of Tourism India magazine. And he would like to launch his magazine today. So before that, he would like to speak for a minute. Mr. Ravi, you want to speak? Come on. Okay, we would like to invite Mr. E.M. Najib and Mr. Johnny Abraham. It's a release of magazine. So Mr. Ravi would like to release the magazine. Joe sir, kindly release the magazine to Mr. Riaz Ahmed sir. Okay. Now it is Lucky Dup. Yes. Hello. I request somebody else. Please speak up one and announce it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We just see whether you are lucky.
It's Kanchan Manglani from Lovely Holidays. Kanchan Manglani from Lovely Holidays, Ahmedabad.
Hello.
What is it?
It's one night stay in a property D Fort, Kollam.
D Fort Kollam, 1 night and 2 days. Take. If you are lucky, you take yours.
सहयोग सहयोग
Sahyo here. Sahyo.
Sahyog. You take another one.
GTM Destination Management. Name is Rasid Kakkar. Rasid Kakkat.
No, he's not here.
Oh, you take one.
Transcenders India, Harijinder Singh. Harijinder Singh, Transcenders.
Nirmala, don't put it inside again.
Praveen PP, Managing Marketing and Events, Wayanad Beyond.
No.
Wayanad District Promotion Council. Praveen PP. Praveen PP is there?
No, he's not here. Nirmala, come here. We're going to debate.
Sharath Agarwal. Spin Vacations. Spin Vacations, Sharath Agarwal.
He is not here.
PK Nizam, JWS Global.
See, nobody's here.
Arjun George Joseph. Marian College.
No. You come here.
You want to take one?
Next prize is holiday in Cochin.
Mr. Vipin Chandrasekhar. Poika.
Vipin
Poika
Chandrasekhar.
Poika Houseboats.
Discover My Travel, Rishi Sharma.
Rishi Sharma.
Biju, BS from Paradise Holidays.
Biju.
Biju BS,
Biju BS.
Vice President, Paradise Holidays, Marketing.
Last attempt.
Maybe Matthew will be lucky. Chandan Travels. Brijesh Narendra Pancholi.
No. We'll make it tomorrow. Thank you.
So we will make it tomorrow. Tomorrow also there will be lots and lots of surprise gifts, but you have to stay back. Yeah, we have 3. Thank you so very much for your unstinted support. See you tomorrow.